Good morning, students. Welcome to mathematics subject. Today, we are going to study a new chapter, chapter number 7, variation. This chapter is new to you, but related to this chapter concept you have learned in your 7th standard, that is proportion. So it is similar, little bit similar to it. Now, what is variation? Students, variation means to vary or to keep on changing. In mathematics, when we compare the two quantities and when we see the change between them, such study concept is known as variation. Means, by definition, if I say that when you compare two quantities and if you see change between them, such concept study is known as variation. There are two types of variation. One is direct variation, the other is inverse variation. Now, I have showed in direct variation by two upward arrows, one with yellow and one with red. And I've named one quantity as number of books and the other as cost. Now we'll see comparison between these quantities. And in inverse variation, one arrow upward and one arrow is downward. That is, one increases, the other will decrease. And I've taken one quantity as speed and the other quantity as time. Now students, what do you mean by direct variation? In direct variation, when we compare two quantities, here my comparison is books and the cost. So when I compare two quantities, that is when I increases number of books, say I've showed in upward arrow, means increase value. When I increase the number of books, the cost will also increase. Yes, see, cost of one book is equal to rupees 20 I've taken. So cost of two books is equal to rupees 40. See students, I've increased the quantity of book, the cost also increases. If I increase the cost of books to 3, so cost of 3 books is equal to rupees 60. So when you increase the value of one quantity and the other quantity also value increases, such type of variation is known as direct variation. And vice versa, if you decrease the quantity of books, if you reduce it from 3 to 2 books, automatically the cost will also decrease. So if you decrease the quantity, the other quantity also value will decrease. So that type of variation is known as direct variation. In inverse variation, now I have showed with one quantity as speed and one quantity as time. One arrow speed, arrow facing upward, that is increase, and time arrow is downward, that is decrease. Now I'll first inverse variation, I'll give you best example of your real life. That is, for example, if you have given a homework to complete a lesson, okay, depending on the speed of your writing, so you'll complete according to that. If you write fast, if your speed is fast of writing, then time taken by you to complete the work will be less. Yes. And if you write slow, the speed of your writing is slow, then obviously you will take more time to complete the work. I've taken one example of speed of a car and time taken. So if you increase the speed of a car, that is, I've taken first speed of the car, if that is 20 kilometers per hour. Time taken by the car was 6 hours to complete a distance. If I increase the speed by 40 kilometers per hour, then time was reduced, that is 3 hours. Now, again, I've taken one value, that is, if I increase the speed of a car to 30 kilometer per hour, the time again decreased to 2 hours. In this, student, you can see the speed is one quantity and the time is other quantity. Now, when you increase the one quantity value, there is a decrease in other quantity, value of the other quantity. You can see. So, such type of examples are of inverse variation. I hope it is clear what is direct variation, what is inverse variation. Now, for inverse variation, I can give you one more example. That is, if you take a house to build, if few people are there, they will take more number of days to complete build a house. If you increase number of peoples, more number of peoples, obviously they'll take less days to build the house. Yes. So there are two types of variation, that is direct variation and inverse variation. In this chapter, you have one exercise based on direct variation, 7.1 with direct variation, and 7.2 is based on inverse variation. So today I'll be teaching you about direct variation. Now, I've taken one example to teach this, that is number of books upon cost. I've formed a table of number of books and cost. I've taken number of books as 2, the cost of the book is 40. If I've taken number of books as 4, the cost of the books is 80. And if I've taken number of books as 10, the cost of the book is 200. Now, for direct variation, to write variation, we will take alphabetical variable to denote these quantities. Now, number of books and costs, we will denote it by a variable. You can take any variable of English alphabet. I'll be taking X and Y. So books, for books, I will give variable X, and for cost, I'll give variable Y. So if X and Y are two variables, so as the sum is of direct variation, because as the number of books increases, the cost also increases. So I'll not write number of books. So I'll give variable, I'll denote it by variable. So I'll write down as, I can state this way, X varies directly to Y. That is number of books varies directly to the cost, because one quantity increases, the other also increases. If one quantity decreases, the other will also decrease. So in statement manner, I can write X varies directly to Y. So now in symbolic manner, in mathematical symbolic manner, this statement can be written as X varies Y. Now students, can you see between there is a symbol? This is known as alpha, a Greek letter alpha, and it is used to denote variation. Is it clear? Now to solve the sums, so further I'll replace the symbol alpha, that is variables varies sign. So I'll replace it by equal to sign. So students, when we replace this varies sign that by equal to sign, it will be written as X equal to K into Y. Now what is this K? This K is known as constant of variation. Now, what is constant of variation? I'll explain this concept, what you mean by constant of variation. But students, when you replace alpha sign, that is varies sign, by equal to sign, so it will become equal to, with constant of variation K you'll put into Y. Now, what is constant of variation? Let's see. Constant of variation means, here students, we have taken two quantities, that is books and cost. If I take ratio of books and cost, that is X upon Y, ratio I said. If I take ratio of books upon cost, that is X upon Y. So first in table I've taken two books, upon cost is 40. So 2 upon 40. If you divide, both are reducible, so both will reduce and you'll get 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 0. So it will become 20. Yeah, students, I'll show you few Fine. So you can cancel this, students. It will become 2 ones are, and it will become 2 twos are 4 and 0. So it will become 20. Yes. Now you got 1 upon 20. Next I'll take x upon y, which value is given, that is 4 upon 80. Now when you reduce this 4 upon 80, you'll get, that is 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8 and 0. So 1 upon 20. Here also when you reduce it, 1 upon 20 you get the value. Third one which was given is x upon y, that is 10 upon 200, the cost. So here also 0, 0 will get cancelled, students. Yes. So what you get? 1 upon 20. Yeah. So all these three values have same. That is, can you see 1 upon 20 value got? Here also you got 1 upon 20, 1 upon 20. So this is constant. So this all three values you got same, that is x upon y is equal to constant. So this k is constant of variation. So you get here in our this sum, our constant of variation, that is k value, is 1 upon 20. Is it clear now what is constant of variation? Now students, in direct proportion, few things you have to remember. That is, if x and y are two quantities such that x upon y is equal to constant, means if two quantities are given, y, now for example, if you have two quantities, now how you will identify, the question comes, how will identify whether it is direct variation or inverse? But in direct variation, if two quantities and the ratio of two quantities, that is x upon y, is equal to constant, then there is direct variation between x and y. If you take both the quantities ratio and if you get constant value of all the given values, so then there is a direct variation between x and y. This is one point you have to remember. Second, if x varies directly to y, this statement can be written as x varies y in symbolic manner, that is using mathematical symbol. Third, x varies y is written in the form of an equation as x equal to k into y, where k is a constant of variation and x equal to k into y is the equation of direct variation. So the equation of direct variation is x equal to k into y is the equation. This is the how you have to write equation of the direct variation. I hope this is clear what is direct variation. Now students, we will be solving our exercise 7.1. Practice set 7.1. The first question, write the following statement using the symbol of variation. You have to just write using the symbol of variation and we have to write the statement. The first one given is circumference C. The circumference is given with a variable known as C. I said you can use any variable for your this one alphabet of your alphabet. Now obvious circumference means C. We give always circumference, we denote it by C. So you'll use C. Circumference, that is C of the circle, is directly proportional to its radius. You know, for radius we write variable r. So circumference of the circle is directly proportional to its radius r. So you have to write in symbol of variation. You have to not solve, you have to just write in symbolic manner. So it will become C varies r. Got, students? Now second one, what is given? Consumption of petrol, that is L, liter, in a car and distance traveled by that car, distance obvious D, are in direct variation. If now means direct variation means you'll write down L varies D. In this manner you have to write down symbolic manner. L varies D. I hope this is clear to you. Moving to the next sum. Now what is given, student? Complete the table considering that the cost of apples and the numbers are in direct variation. So one quantity is cost of apple and the other quantity is numbers, and already it is said are in direct variation. So see the table, number of apples denoted by variable x and cost of apples denoted by y. So you have given 1 upon 8, first column it is filled, 4 upon 32. Third, number of apples you have to find out x when cost of the apple is 56. So how many apples will be there? And in fourth, number of apples given is 12 and you have to find cost of the apples. Obvious, the value will decrease. Then next, number of apples is not given and the cost of apple has increased to 160. Obvious, number of apples will also increase. As the cost increases, apples increases. As the cost decreases, the number of apples also will decrease. Is it clear? Now let's write down in symbolic manner. Solution: x varies y. This is given as it is given in direct variation. This is the way you have to write in direct variation, that is x varies y. Now I'll write down in statement manner, that is in equation form. So it will become x equal to k into y. If you don't write into also, it is understood there is a multiplication between both this variable. So x equal to k into y, where k is constant. The value of k is constant. Now you'll see value of k is constant or not. Can you see first one, 1 upon 8 is given. So already it is in reduced form. Now 4 upon 32. If you do ratio of this 4 upon 32, so you'll get 4 ones are 4, 4 eights are 32. So 1 upon 8. Yes or no? They are constant. So k is constant. Next step you'll write down. When x equal to 1 and y is equal to 8, so therefore you'll place this value in your previous one. That is, you'll place this value x equal to 1 and y equal to 8 over here. So it will become, therefore 1 equal to k into y is 8. So 8. Are you getting me? Now that is equal to, therefore k equal to 1 upon 8. You'll bring this 8 to here, so it will go to denominator. So k value is 1 upon 8. So constant of variation value is 1 upon 8. Now student will write down equation of variation. So therefore x equal to, now in place of this k we'll write down 1 upon 8 into y is the equation of variation. By writing equation of variation, it becomes easy to solve the sums. Now by using equation of variation, you can find out number of apples over here when cost of apple is 56. So you'll use this. So x equal to 1 upon 8 into, in place of y, what you'll write down? 56. So it is necessary to write equation of variation. And an equation of variation is easy. After getting constant value, so you'll write down here only the first one which you have written in equation form. That is x equal to, just you will write down the value of k, whatever you get constant value. That is, here we got 1 upon 8 into y. So here our equation of variation is x equal to 1 upon 8 into y. So I'll use this equation of variation and we'll find out this one when cost is 56, when y value is 56. So we'll move further. So first one, when y is equal to 56, so x equal to 1 upon 8 into 56. Yes, students, and you know that we can cancel this. That is 8 ones are 8 and 8 sevens are 56. So you'll get 7 over here. So x value is equal to 7. So you got number of apples. So number of apples will be 7. Then cost is equal to 56. Now let's find out next one. When x equal to 12, when number of apples were given as 12, what is the cost? So I'll use equation of variation only and we'll just substitute. That is 12 equal to 1 upon 8 into y. I will find out y cost. So you'll bring this 1 upon 8 to your right hand side. Keep the variable over here. So it will become y is equal to 12 into 8, because 8 is in denominator. It will go here, it will multiply. So 12 into 8 will become. So cost will become, that is 12 8s are 96. Is it clear? Now third one, when y is equal to 160. So we have to find x. So you'll just write down x equal to 1 upon 8 into 160. That is in equation of variation. So 8 ones are 8. It will cancel. 8 twos are 16. So you'll write down 2 over here and 0 as it is. So what you get? 20. So you get value of x is equal to 20. So when number of apples is 20, then the cost goes to 160. Clear? Now at last you have to make again the table and write down the answer in that. That is 1 upon 8, 4 upon 32 was given. Now see, we have solved. So here it was blank, we got 7. When cost is 56, sorry, when cost is 56, we got 7. Now when cost was given, this apples were given 12, so we got cost as 96. And when cost was given 160, we got number of apples as 20. I hope you understood this. Moving to third one. If m varies n, and when m equal to 154 and n value is 7, find the value of m when n equal to 14. Now student, it is said m varies n directly, and when m is 154 and n value is 7. Now we have to find the value of m when n equal to 14. Now student, by using this, we'll find out first constant, and then we'll write down equation of variation. So then only we can solve our further finding. Now solution, m varies n, that is given. So in statement manner, in equation manner, if I write, it will become m equal to, therefore m equal to k into n, where k is constant. Okay, now here we have value given m equal to 154, n equal to 7. We'll substitute. So when m equal to 154 and n equal to 7, so you'll just write in this equation, you'll write, that is therefore 154 equal to k into 7. Okay, therefore k is equal to 154 upon 7. This 7 will go, it will divide. Yes or no students? Now we can cancel this term. Yeah, we'll reduce it. It goes 7 ones are 7. Now 154. So 15 first you take. 7 twos are 14. So 2. 1 left. 15 minus 14. 1 left. So again 4 is there. 14. So 7 twos are 14. So k value got as 22. So therefore k is equal to 22. That is constant of variation. Now we'll write down the value of constant in our equation. So what it will become? Equation of variation. Therefore m equal to 22 into n, that is 22n, is equation of variation. Now we'll use our equation of variation and find out the value of m when n equal to 14. So students, now n equal to 14 is given. So m equal to 22 into 14. I've just substituted the value of n. So m equal to 22, we got constant value, into n is given 14. So we'll multiply. So we'll get m value as 308. So the value of m is 308. Okay students, today we are going to solve only 3 sums. Tomorrow the next 3 sums will solve. Okay, so I hope you have understood. Thank you students. Stay home, stay safe.